Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. It is Sunday, June 29th, 29th, and we are back from HomeGymCon. We are in the home gym, back at the home gym after HomeGymCon, and I'm tired, I'm exhausted. Out late last night watching Ilya Topuria make history as an undefeated double champ. Not even double champ, I guess, technically not because he vacated, but he is the only person to ever win 2 titles with an undefeated record. So that is impressive. And even if Charles won, then that would have been historic in its own way because Charles would have been the first 2-time lightweight champion. So awesome fights all around. That fucking Joshua Van and Brandon Royval. Oh my goodness. What a war that was. Fight of the year, most likely. And I mean, we just had that absolute war the other week at Baku, Azerbaijan card, Moto and Salikov, something like that. But again, another absolute war. Anyway, just got back home from Louisville. That's what I'm saying. I'm sleepy. I'm tired. So it's going to be a quick recap. I knew going into this meet that I wasn't going to do my greatest. Squats were not feeling well. I was worried about depth. It's been 2 years since I've been on the platform. Bench was feeling weaker than it ever had been. Deadlift, though, was feeling and being the strongest it ever had been. So I was really confident about deadlifts because of all the strongman training and the grip training, and I pulling 600 finally without the straps. But my stomach was not having it. So after making weight in, got in all my fluids, eating my food, doing nothing really out of the ordinary. But for some reason this time my stomach just was not having it, and I was in the bathroom quite a bit on meet day. And I mean like several times. And it was mostly because I was afraid if I was going to fart, that if I were to fart, it was going to become a shart in my pants. On or off the platform, not even like pushing real hard or nothing, just like, man, something going on. But anyway, we powered through, finished the meet, 2 for 3 on squats, opened at 374, very light, very conservative, using a brand new stance. Feels all right, felt good on meet day. Missed my third with 440, just pitch forward like I always do. But with that new stance, I don't care, not holding it against myself. Bench, 275 opener, 297 second attempt because a 10 kilo jump was what I was used to in the gym every day. But I realized after the fact that that really only ties my all-time bench PR or meet PR. So it was pretty difficult. And so 303 on the third, but I got it. Finally got a 300-pound bench in a meet. So that was the highlight. How incredibly weird it is for me that in a meet, bench is the absolute highlight of the entire evening. Finally got my 300-pound bench. Deadlifts, warm-ups felt all right. Opener with 540 or 545 felt okay. Head judge gave me a red light. Got 2 whites from the sides, but head judge gave me a red light because I wasn't standing up tall enough. And then I just figured, I don't feel good. I haven't really eaten much today. And despite that, it's been exiting me quite often. Squats, we got our bench PR. Let's just go for 584 for the deadlift PR. And then if that miraculously goes up, 600, not too far off. Couldn't budge 584 off the floor. Got it off the floor, but couldn't. It just, my brain turned off and nothing. But I didn't shit. Just retook it for the third. Told myself, well, just okay, just actually think about it. Set up, actually thought about it. Nothing again. So I was just out. It just all went out my ass throughout the entire day. Just every 30 to 45 minutes, just but nothing on the platform. So that was a victory in itself. Finished the day like 1250 total, not holding it against myself at all. I am not young anymore. So doing that strongman competition 6 weeks ago and thinking that that was enough time to get ready for this and feel good for this and do well for this, big mistake. But the meet PR bench, first ever 300-pound bench, happy about that. Happy about, I'm all right with squats. So, but Tito had a good meet. Same thing. He was dealing with that sciatica nerve problem for this entire prep, and he went from not even being able to squat 2 reds, 5 weeks ago, to hitting an 804 squat. Just some errors on his part on his second attempt with 804. So sorry, open 750, 804 second attempt. Walk out too narrow, just everything bunched up on his way down, and he just knew it wasn't going to be there depth wise. So we came up with it, or took it, repeated 804, nailed it, flew, blah blah. So from not even being able to do 2 reds 5-6 weeks ago, whatever it was, to a speed rep with 804 on meet day after traveling, awesome. He benched a 496 opener, easy, 529 second, nice and easy, 551 third. Again, most he's touched since Dallas. Just flies off the chest, and then shoulders falling off the right side, and just can't get the left side. The left side is so close to lockout, but that right one just kept falling behind. Couldn't get it locked out and bounced out. So a close miss, but very happy about it. Deadlifts 705 opener, boom. Hook grip all the way through, didn't warm up the straps, so that was great. Hook grip 705 opener, awesome. 755 second, and just right to the 804 for the third. See if we can leave the day with a meet PR in that regard, and got it farther than he did when he attempted in Chicago. So couldn't get just all the way through, but it was great effort, and his deadlift is getting better and better and better. So, and the bench is getting better too. So good meet for him. He won biggest lifts, biggest squat, biggest bench, biggest deadlift of the meet, and second best lifter. So he won some cash for all of that. Then we went to the casino, and he won $260. So, and I lost $70, and Jeff won like 40. So whatever. But yeah, and then he actually had a few guys come up to him and talk about, or say like, oh, I follow you on social media, and he, Tito, that made his weekend pretty cool. That was a pretty cool thing for someone actually in the wild come up and know who he was. So that was a real cool thing, and he really appreciated that and liked that. So it was a great time. The expo and the conference, or whatever it is, the trade show, pretty much. I had the one intention of like the 2 things that I really needed to do and wanted to do: look at the functional training racks from all the companies, Rogue and Rep, and then looking at the Pepin, Repin dumbbells, the adjustable dumbbells, getting my hands on those, feeling out if I do really want to, because my dumbbell set only goes up to 80s, but it is all dumbbells, rubbers from 5 to 50, and then iron 60s, 70s, 80s. So it's like, and I held them. They are pretty nice. They are pretty great. So to have just almost the same footprint being taken up, but with more weight and just a less cluttered setup, definitely put it at the forefront of my mind, because the racks, which were at the forefront of my mind, wow, I thought I was just going to touch the Rogue one and be like, yep, this is the one, it's going to get it, or the Rep one and be like, yep, this has got to be the one. But man, I was impressed with ATX and their new rack coming out later this year, and Force USA and their new rack coming out in September, and Iron Bull Strength. I like those guys, those Canucks, the Canadians. They were cool guys. But I think I have to say, I think the rack that we are going to get to replace the Elite FTS will be and Texas pull down low row. The Elite FTS squat, and then the Texas lat pull down low row. I think it looks like, where am I? Over here. it's going to be a toss up between the ATX and the Force USA. So when those get released and they go on the websites and we see, I can just like, and obviously save money for it and justify it. I'll have to choose between those two. But everything was really cool. The booths were awesome. It was so cool to see people who were, you know, just as enthusiastic about home gym stuff as I am, and competitors in strongman, weightlifting, a deadlift event, grip strength events, the powerlifting meet. It was just so cool, and it was just so awesome to see a lot of people displaying their hard work and something that they've put a lot of time and effort into to better the community that they enjoy and that they partake in themselves. So, and I'm meeting my doppelganger, so shout out Nate. I'm gonna have to have that talk with my daddy and see what he was up to in your neck of the woods, because it's diabolical. It's weird, man. It's pretty. We're like the same person. So maybe you would have had better lifts than me on at my meet. So, but overall, great time. Loved it. Louisville was great. The fights were amazing. HomeGymCon was awesome. The meet was fun. It's great to be out there. It was just good to be on the platform again. It wasn't the performance I obviously want. You want a PR all the time, but going into it, feeling how I was feeling, and then the day of, I just was happy to get out of there with clean shorts. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm gonna get back to piece by piece, and I'm probably just gonna film it right now. So cut and cut, splice, no, like end video.